Now, armed police are searching for a male suspect after a 29-year-old woman was stabbed in a village in South Wales. Police said officers responded to an incident in Aberfan at around 9:10 this morning. Let's cross now to Aberfan and speak to our reporter Jack Carson, who's there with all the latest on this harrowing case.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Martin. This search still goes on for this suspect involved in the stabbing of a 29-year-old, believed to be a pregnant woman here in Aberfan just after, or just before 9 o'clock this morning. It was just after 9 o'clock when the South Wales Police, as well as paramedics, arrived on the scene here to attend to her. Witness reports from the people that we've been speaking to here on this street said they heard loud screaming, and if it wasn't for those screams, they might not well have come out and, of course, seen exactly what was happening. Now, South Wales Police, in a statement earlier today, said that the suspect left the scene and fled the scene immediately after the incident, and there have been both armed officers here in the area patrolling, of course, to reassure the community about their safety, but also, of course, I've seen unmarked police cars, of course, on the lookout for that suspect. Now, speaking to people on this street, it is believed that the situation here was a personal, was a domestic issue, but of course still very, very frightening when something that violent and that horrific happens on the street outside your door. Here's a couple of eyewitness reports, and one of the, of course, children as well, who was locked down in the schools here. Here's what they told us a little bit earlier on.
Froze at first. I didn't know what to do. It's just, this is a quiet village. Nothing, nothing happens. Everyone is quiet. She was just screaming, "You've stabbed me, stabbed me." So I'd covered her with my coat. And then by this time, because I was screaming and she was screaming, the neighbours had come out with like pillows and towels. Like one of the girls down the street is a nurse, so she was putting the towels, putting pressure on the wounds for her. It's frightening because we don't know whether he's been caught yet, and that's the frightening thing.
Well, I was in science and the tannoid went off saying that we were going into lockdown, so I was scared really. I didn't know what was going on, so I rang my mum. She told me like everything had happened and that she had saved the lady. I was nervous really. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, 13-year-old Alice there was in the Avon Tar High School when, of course, that Tonne announcement came over to say that his school, on the advice of South Wales Police, was one of the 6 that had gone into a lockdown. But, of course, you can see here he's been able to leave school now. We do believe that those children, for most of those schools, have now been released from that lockdown. But, of course, that hunt for that suspect still goes on here in Aberfan.
OK, Jack Carson, thanks. That updates live from Aberfan. We can only pray that both the mother and the child are safe.